Hello there, Retromaniacs. This is Andy from Retro Asylum, and today the game I'll be playing will be a Sonic 2 on the Sega Megadrive. Now, I'm a huge fan of this game. I really love it, and I'll tell you why I love it so much. I was a big fan of the first Sonic. It was really groundbreaking on the Sega Megadrive, and Sonic 2, I really got involved with the whole hype. I don't remember if it was CBG or Mean Machines magazines, but the first time I actually got a glimpse of this game in action was video footage which came with the actual magazine, and it completely blew my mind. I think it was the second level, and the game was ultra fast, and it really hyped me, and it was like Sonic Tuesday. So let's talk about this game then. So overall, this game does look a lot nicer than the first Sonic game. Now, the first Sonic game was visually beautiful as it was. And the other improvements on this game was as well as the speed. And I do apologise, you can't really see how fast this game actually is on this video. It really is slowing down, so I do apologise about that, guys. It's down to my recording equipment I got here. But yeah, this game is really good. The other additional feature was that one of your friends could play as Tails when you're playing as the one-player option, and he could go around collecting rings for you. He could help fight against bosses. Some people love Tails. I personally can't stand that little fox. He just annoys me. You know, he always looks so happy, and he's running around chasing me everywhere. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tails, but I know loads of our viewers actually quite like him. But I personally can't stand that little fox. Now, this did have other improvements, like you did have the split screen mode, which was amazing. You could get hours of gameplay, sort of racing your friend from A to B, trying to get there the fastest time, and it was great just doing that. I spent more time probably doing the two-player than I did the actual single-player. The other split screen was the 3D section when you go around collecting the rings and you've got to collect the emerald at the end. That was really interesting, a nice little spin on the game there, so it was fun. But overall, this game is a lot better in many ways than the first Sonic. Now don't get me wrong, the first Sonic game was a fantastic game. It's still a 5 out of 5 game, and this does improve on it, and I'll tell you how it does improve on it. Now, the first Sonic game was basically get from A to B as fast as you can. That was the whole sort of thing about the game, visually stunning as you went along. But later on later levels, the game really slows down. You know, the levels I didn't think were designed greatest, and this is where I think this game really stands out. The level design throughout the whole game, you can go as fast as you can, you know, and you can really appreciate the speed of what is Sonic. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, probably a bit controversial here. I'm not a big fan of Sonic 2 as I am Super Mario World or the Super Mario games. Now, the reason why I say that, guys, you know, maybe you guys can give me some feedback on this. It's just, I always felt that Sonic was more of an arcade game, and that's not a bad thing. It's very simple in that nature. Get from A to B as fast as you can. Whereas Super Mario started off like that, but in the later games like Mario World, Yoshi's Island, you had to do a bit of exploring. There was more to the game, and they're very different game. I know a lot of people always compare them because they were the main mascot of each system, but I actually prefer, you know, Super Mario World. But not taking away anything from Sonic 2, I actually think Sonic 2 is probably the best Sonic game there is out there. I love Sonic 1, I love Sonic 2, like I said, it's probably my favourite one. I'm not a big fan of Sonic 3, I just didn't think it did anything really that different. I didn't like the look, I didn't like the graphics. Yeah, it was big, but I thought the game was too big. I thought this game, in scale of size, was just the perfect size. Didn't have to be any bigger. I'm a big fan of the one on the Sega Dreamcast. I know a lot of people, some don't like it, but I quite like the music, I kind of like the look of the game. You know, it's very simple, but again, like I said, these games weren't overly complicated, and that's what I like about them. The only thing I didn't like about Sonic on the Dreamcast was the camera angles, but beyond that, it was pretty fantastic. But going back to this, I give this game a 5 out of 5. It's one of the best Sega Mega Drive games. If you haven't played it, give it a go. If you have played it, why not give it another go? But anyway, guys, let's plug a few little things here. I want to plug Retromania, which is our retro gaming event at Play Nation Games on Monday, the 26th of May. It's from 10 AM to 10 PM. Why not check it out? And also, don't forget to download the Retro Salon podcast every Friday on iTunes.